Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today we're going to do our interior review with a 2019 GMC Acadia. This is the SLT edition, so it is not the Denali trim, it's the one right below that. Lots of great stuff in this car though. Really like the Acadia. Good, decent sized family vehicle, mid-sized 3-row is where it fits. So we'll just get started because I've done one of these not too long ago. So I think it's mostly just going to be a gloss over. Up here you have your door locks and stuff. Down here's your mirrors and windows. There is no mirror folding in this. Sometimes you can double tap, hit both of these at the same time, right? So there you go. And then down there, that's the hatch release. So deck lid, hatch. I don't think it's called a deck lid when it's hatchback, right? I think that's about it down there. There is no foot brake. It's a push button right there. I kind of like that actually. It's easy to hit. It's kind of where you might look for a brake, and it's not hogging up center console space. Over there's your dimmers and whatnot. Here's the first of the vents, and notice the brushed around here. I really like that. I point it out in every car I see it in, which is a lot of cars, but I really like it. It does a good job of breaking up monotony. Monotony. There's the word for the day, I think. Over here is cruise control. Standard cruise control in this. There is no adaptive, so just the standard yada yadas. There aren't any paddle shifters, you note, but back here, this is how you control. There's some buttons right. Let me see if I can get my, I don't know if I can get an angle on that. Right here, though, there's a button you can feel like one of them goes out and one of them goes in. So you have a convex and a concave. Those two up and down for like channel selection on the radio. Over here is voice control, telephone, telematics. I love that word, telematics. I say that a lot. And these are the controls for the driver information screen up there. Pretty simple, back, forth, up, down, and select in the middle. And then on the back of this, just like over on the other side, there's a convex and concave you can feel. That's a paddle button, toggle, like goes right, a rocker. There's official names for that, I'm sure. Anyway, volume controls for that. This right here, this right here, this right here, it's just made fun of myself for getting ready to say that, and then I said it anyway, because professional. This is this right here. Now I can't stop saying it. This is the this controls the. I don't know why this is all so funny. I'm wasting so much time here. All right. So here you got the windshield wipers. Twist this for the back. This is the speed control, and you go up by increments, up to run it, and down for just like a quickie. See the 1X quickie? And you can see you push it. You probably just see that you pull it towards you to squirt, and you push this to do the back. Over here, this is the lighting controls, so pretty straightforward. You got your signal turns. You pull it towards you or push it back for brights. This runs the regular lights. This runs the brights, I believe. No, that's the shoot. It doesn't run anything. That's what I was going to say. It doesn't do anything. It does nothing. It just looks good. So that's not a button. Because, wow, I am professional. Really well versed today. Okay, looking at the instrument cluster. Over here you have tachometer. Don't know why you need that. Only one way to control the gearing, and it's not really that great. But, you know, okay. Over there is speed. Goes up to 160 because they're really optimistic over there at the GMC. Top speed in this, be really surprised if it's better than 120. It's probably, you know, 110, 120. Good engine though. Really like the engine in this. Down here's the driver information screen. I like the digital speedometer because I tend to lead foot sometimes, and that helps keep me from doing that without having to try to read that. I can just glance down without taking my eyes off the road for very much. Down there's the gearing. Cruise control is on. That's the direction I'm pointing. You get the idea. Up there is fuel. Very fuel efficient, this thing, by the way. We'll point that out. And engine heat. Just dropped the kids off at the school. That is not a euphemism. That is literal truth. So the engine is pretty nice and warm. Let me see if there's anything you really need to see in this thing. Well, here you go. Averaged. This isn't my driving. This is somebody else's trip because I did not reset this one. But you can see that with however many people driving 451 miles, 19.6 miles per gallon is not terrible considering. I really thought I had set a trip in this. I must not have. Anyway, when I did fuel economy on the road, so I did the testing highway and then around town, so I do my usual 50-50. When I did that with this, I averaged 22, so there you go. It's pretty easy. It's dropped now, especially with this, because we have had terrible, just look out there, see all the snow all over the car, snow all over the place. We've had pretty snowy weather the last couple of days because it's Wyoming in springtime. And so I've been in forced all-wheel drive, X4 mode. I'll show you how to do that. So that has drastically affected fuel economy. Over here is, let's see, down there's a push button start. Probably point that out. Over here is the infotainment. Infotainment. I have no idea if these other cameras are pointing at me right. They look totally wrong, so they're probably not pointing at me right. Whatever. I'll probably inset them anyway, because professional. So anyway, infotainment, this is pretty good. I like the infotainment in all the Chevy products, all the GM products. The GMC version is very, very much like all the others. Works really well, very quick. I just did a video, so you'll probably see that before this, that shows how to pair Bluetooth. They have two different options, so you can do it from there or there. Really quick. I like Android Auto in here, but I like projection even more. That just lets you project most of what's on your screen. I'm pointing at the camera as if that's a screen. Yeah, whatever. Whatever's on your smart device screen, most of it anyway, you can project to this screen, which is really cool, especially if you like Navi on like real-time stuff with Google or something. Down here are hard controls. So this is volume, up and down, and mute by pushing it. This goes to the menu, which looks a whole lot like that. It's redundant with this, and then this is tuner. You can also use this as sort of like a back button. When you push this, this is a back button, but this, when you push it, will go back to the main menu for whatever you've been digging in. And then you see radio, media, etc. You skip tracks with this, or using the buttons on the steering wheel I showed you, or didn't show you but talked about. I spent a lot of time with a 10-year-old that likes to nitpick on exacting details. So there you go. Over here, you have climate controls. This is dual zone. So you see you have a sync option over there, auto right there. You set the temperature, blah, blah. Here's the rest of the climate controls. Pretty straightforward. Don't know that I need to point anything out except the defrost right there, safety reasons. I love this. So these are seat heating controls. So you can see this top one does only the top part of the seat. The bottom one does all of it. Really cool. This review is brought to you by heated seats. Because I likes my buns warm. Well, here's what I've been doing. So I turn everything on, let it run to maximum, get nice and toasty, right? Start getting a little too toasty. Switch it over to this, only keep the back warm, and your butt cools off a little, right? Then you don't get, the swamp butt. Same thing for the passenger side. Down there you can see the 12-volt plug. And over there are two USBs. I don't know if they're really showing up well, but there's a USB to either side of that aux port right there. And then this is an awesome spot for your phone. You just drop it in, nice and rubberized, doesn't move around. It's big. My whole hand fits in there, so it's a big spot. So even if you have one of those Gigano phones, it'll fit. Traction control here, Duke's lights there. Here's the gear shifter. Pretty normal. You're running up and down. You have a low gearing right here, and you can use this to control gearing. There's a trigger on the front. I should also point that out. And you use this to control gearing up and down. Like I said, not terribly useful or intuitive, but I don't know why you would need it in this. It's not a sports car. You're not going to be towing that much with it, any of that kind of thing. Over here is some filthy. I left crumbs in there. Anyway, here's drink holders. Good sized, nice and rubber on the inside. Nice and rubbery. You can get pretty much everything but your like gallon big gulps or whatever. Here is the aforementioned off-road, four-wheel drive, etc. controls. And you can see here, this has been the normal driving. This just runs front-wheel drive, very useful. Normal driving, get good fuel economy, etc. And you put it in this for forced all-wheel drive, for weather like we've been having. And these are parking sensors, so it turns parking sensors on and off. Use that for car washes, stuff like that. There you go. I did go through the car wash before I did photos and whatnots. Here is center console. Pretty good sized for the size of the vehicle. Lots of space in there. There are no USBs. I will point that out. And then we have the black on black on brushed on fake wood on stuff. I really kind of like this, by the way. This right here shows up right there. It's pretty. I wish it was a little lighter color, though. But, you know, that's my preference. Other people probably think this is the bomb. So you see it runs up there, which is really cool. Breaks up the dash. Looks really good. The dash is this fake leather plastic, but it's soft. And it gets hard down here, but only for a minute. And you can see there's a knee pad here. And just nicely done. Feels good in here. It's quiet. Amazingly quiet, which is a GMC trait. GMC has always been quiet. So I'll just wave my hand in front of the camera and do other professional stuff. So back there, you can see some seating. There's 3 rows. So you see the 3rd row is up. 2nd row has captain's chairs. Been getting the kids in there. Been doing a lot of good stuff. This is a good-sized little mid-sized vehicle here for getting it done, getting around. There are 2 of those. It's covered in snow now. But you see there's one there, and then there's another sunroof right there. Really cool. Yeah, just a great vehicle. GMC makes some good premium vehicles. They're all trucks or truck-like. Just a nice setup in here. Really like the feel of it. So that's all I got. That's 2019 GMC Acadia. This has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.